All right, everyone. Welcome back to the land of Chem. I am your host and the author. My name is Jeffrey Drum. Thank you all so much for joining me again. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is Sunday Site Visit 22, and today I will be exploring the lower separation chamber system and connecting shaft of the Bent Pyramid in Dahshur. My investigations at this site will be ongoing during the next few weeks, as there is so much more to reveal about this mesmerizing structure. So if this is the type of content you're interested in regarding the function of the Egyptian pyramids, please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube. Click that little notification bell so that you do not miss the new episodes that premiere twice per week. If you want to help support the channel, like, comment, and check out thelandofchem.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for today's intro. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, everyone, here we go with tonight's episode. And it was an absolutely gorgeous day out in Dahshur yesterday. And I start off this video showing the approach toward the Bent Pyramid, which is by far my favorite experience getting up close to one of these immense structures. Then I descend into the northern pump shaft to examine the lower separation chamber system that you can see here on the right. And this area here is the bedrock area that I point out in the video, with an excavated cavity here leading out toward the south. And it looks like there is another cavity here leading out toward the east on this side of the chamber. I also point out that underneath the wooden flooring, there is a pit excavated in the exact same location as the one that was discovered in the Red Pyramid of Dahshur, which the fluid dynamics modeling experiment produced by my friend John Sage and shown here on the channel in episode 48 demonstrates could have been the inlet shaft that was utilized to introduce water into the reaction chamber system. And if you haven't seen the two-part fluid dynamics modeling series yet, I will put links to episode 48 and episode 80 in the video description below. And here is another close-up image showing the pit at the bottom of the northern pump shaft. And another diagram from Keith Hamilton of the dual lower separation chamber system that shows this shaft beneath the quote-unquote chimney chamber system that has yet to be fully excavated and is now completely filled back in and covered with rubble. So you will see me enter through here, the northern pump shaft, ascend the first ladder to the upper separation chamber here, and then up into the upper chamber to reach the connecting shaft that links the upper reaction chamber system to the lower separation chambers. And I will put in some narrated footage going toward the primary reaction chamber and some without me talking, so you can hear the powerful airflow moving through this connecting shaft system, the source of which is one of the many perplexing unanswered mysteries of the Bent Pyramid, as the airflow is strongest in the middle part of this winding shaft. So now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I hope you enjoy Sunday Site Visit 22. All right, everyone, welcome back. And today, I returned to Dahshur to explore the Bent Pyramid that you can see behind me. And in my personal opinion, the approach toward this structure is by far the most impressive that you will have in Egypt. It is absolutely overwhelming. I don't know whether it's the taper at the top of the structure where the exterior changes slope angle toward the top, or if it's the remaining casing stones on the outside, but I gotta say, it is absolutely spectacular walking up toward this structure. So I'm gonna take you with me and let you experience it for yourself. And this is an absolute behemoth of a pyramid. And it's been a while since I've been out here to the Bent Pyramid. Last time I was in Dahshur, took you with me on an expedition into the Red Pyramid, which, okay, so this here in the distance, right there, is the Black Pyramid of Amnahat. And then over here is the Red Pyramid. And I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked to be out here today. Look at that. And as you get closer, the peak of the pyramid just disappears. So you're standing here at the base of the structure and you can't even see the top because of the change in the slope angle. You can see the remaining casing stones right there. And this is the base here. Some interlocking paving stones here. Really, really impressive. Isn't that edge just crazy? So we're walking around here to the northern face of the structure. There are two shafts leading into the Bent Pyramid, one on the north and one on the western side. The one on the western side is extremely high up on the side of the structure. This one here is accessible via the staircase leading to the opening, very similar to what we saw at the Red Pyramid. So now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go inside. All right, everyone, now I just completed the descent down into the Bent Pyramid. And I'll let you get a look at the northern shaft. It is much easier to go down this thing backwards. So I didn't get any footage coming in, but I'll take you with me on the journey back to the light so that you can see the northern passage itself. And I was doing some investigation recently and taking a look at some of the documents from Keith Hamilton, and we're down here at the bottom of the northern pump shaft, and it appears that there is a pit here also in the same location as the one inside the Red Pyramid of Dahshur, and as we are discovering in more and more structures. The Pyramid of Winis, the Pyramid of Teti, the final Pyramid of Giza all appear to have pits at the bottom of the northern inlet shaft. And let me turn my headlight on so you guys can see. And I'll take a look at what we came in here to do. Oh, this one's good. Shout out to my girl Lex from Ancient Odysseys for leaving her headlamp here because it's much more powerful than the one that I have. Now I'm going to squeeze back here, and I've done this before for anyone that's been following my Sunday site expeditions. I just wanted to see if I can get some more footage of what's back here. There we go. And behind all of this rubble, there we go. there is evidence of two more shafts or pits leading out through this area. One going in this direction and one going in this direction. And I'll show you some pictures from the Esoteric project when they came in here way before the structure was actually officially open to the public. They got permission from the Ministry of Antiquities to access this area back in 2010. The structure was not officially open to the public until 2020, and that was my first opportunity to enter through here. And this is bedrock back here. This is masonry walls, and this is excavated out of the bedrock. The further you go back is bedrock. So I just wanted to get some footage of what's back here. Unfortunately, they piled up all this rubble and built the framework of the new staircase so that nobody can go back there. But at one point, that area was accessible, and I'll put in some pictures from the Esoteric Project's expedition. Now, the next thing we're going to be looking at, which you can see here already, is the coating of calcium sulfate salt on the walls. You can see here on some more of the remaining flat surfaces. And looking up into the extremely deteriorated upper vault of the lowest separation chamber. And this is a dual chamber system, so I'm standing at the very bottom, at the depths of the pyramid, the lowest point in the pyramid. And I'll put in some diagrams for orientation so that you can see the structure and kind of follow me through it. But you enter through the lowest chamber, and we're going to proceed up to the upper separation chamber where the chimney is, and you can see the chimney area up there. And then we will proceed through the connecting shaft or tunnel that leads into the upper primary reaction chamber. Let me just gather my stuff here. All right, now let me know. You can see more of a very thick coating layer here. Just to give you an idea on the depth of this, it's about a fingernail deep, a couple millimeters. There's another patch here. And then this is some mortar here. Some of that pink mortar. This here is a different material than this. And here you can see, I don't know if you can see the brown. This is bedrock. This part here. Masonry, stones, limestone blocks, bedrock. So a huge hole was excavated into the ground to dig this lower chamber prior to the construction of the system itself. You can see here, this wall is bedrock. So they excavated the bedrock down and then started building on top of that. In the upper vault of the lowest separation chamber. And as I pointed out and explained before, you can see here, calcium sulfate coating on the walls. Pretty interesting stain pattern here that appears to be emanating from this area where there's a big block that's been removed, so I wonder what was there originally. And as to the delineation between this area with the salt and this area with the clean limestone, this appears to be an ancient reconstruction, because this is actually two separate blocks. This block is a separate piece from this piece, and this is new. And they fitted it to meet the existing portion of the structure. So this is a very ancient reconstruction, damage repair within the structure. This whole section here. And you can see here, this is where the reconstruction, this entire section here, was added to repair a section that had been damaged. This portion most likely collapsed off, taking the calcium sulfate coating with it. And this is new. These are not, this is separate pieces of block here. And you can see the joint here. And then it breaks off. These are two separate pieces of stone. This wall here is mostly completely covered with the calcium sulfate. This salt-like coating. And the chimney area, which I did get access into, and I don't remember which site visit it was, but I did get a chance to get up in there, and I got some footage of this area showing the chimney section of the Bent Pyramid. And here's an area where the calcium sulfate has just been chipped off. This layer here is very fragile, and it's just been chipped off. So this is not what we have on the other side of the chamber where it's a repair. This is just areas where that salt is flaking off. And you can see here areas as well that have flaked off. And so the main objective for today's site expedition is some investigation of the connecting shaft or tunnel that links the lower separation chamber into the upper primary chamber. So I'm going to be ascending the staircase, doing some data collection for a project in conjunction with the team at Ascita. Shout out to, well, I don't know if they want their names on blast, but you know who you are. And I'm very honored to be working with the team at the Ascita project. So, time to ascend the staircase and do what we came here to do. Yalla bina. All right, now, I'm at the top of the staircase that you ascend to reach the connecting shaft or tunnel between the upper reaction chamber and the lower separation chamber system. And I'm going to take you on a journey with me so you can see what it's like going through this passageway. And pretty much every time I head out to these structures, I always get approached by a group of tourists that have more questions than answers, and they're always interested in what I'm doing and what I'm filming. So that's always a very rewarding experience to be able to, if people are interested in hearing it, providing my insight into the function of these structures. So now, without further ado, let's take a journey through the connecting passage. And this passage is partially excavated from the bedrock. And you see, as we proceed into this portion here, we're leading into an area of the tunnel that is excavated through bedrock. And looking back at the terminations on each side of the tunnel are limestone masonry. intermediary western passage. Another interesting section. So look at this here, this pristine white limestone, interior masonry, bedrock and bedrock. This is about 6 meters from the top of the step here in this section.
Дима колобок попал. Тупо по кайфу. Иди нахуй. На чиле, на расслабоне. А как еще? Ай, блядь. Я еще носками цепляюсь. Вот тут вот я один раз с такой со спиной. По-моему, вообще не надо. Да ладно вам. Хотя да, тем, кто там рыл, здоровье, блядь. Здоровье погибшим, здоровье дуря, блядь. Их матерям.
Alright everyone, that is it for today's video. This was Sunday Site Visit 22, the lower separation chamber system of the Bent Pyramid in Dahshur. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and in the next episode in the series, I will be examining the southern shaft system of the Step Pyramid in Saqqara. If this is the type of content you're interested in regarding the function of the Egyptian pyramids, please subscribe to The Land of Chem here on YouTube. Click that little notification bell, like, comment, and stay tuned. If you want to help support the channel, thelandofchem.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for today's video, so I will see you next time. Yo, are you still watching this? Please subscribe to The Land of Chem here on YouTube and click that little notification button. New videos coming out every single week. And check out this other episode. Come on, do it. Do it now.